Hello people, my name is Lazy Joe and this is my Tom Clancy, The Division review. Now before I start, I'm going to put out a disclaimer that most of the things I say, at least some of them actually, are my personal opinions and may or may not affect you when you play this game. Now I will separate this review into 3 separate categories so that I may focus on that specific category and talk about it. So bear with me if I do lose my train of thought and go off the rails and talk about other stuff unrelated, but first I'm going to talk about the world that we are in. In The Division, you are in New York City. You are in a sleeper agent that's been activated to fix New York City. There is a deadly virus going around called the green poison, and this poison has a lethality rate of nearly 100%. Anybody contracted with this virus and does not get a treatment quickly, they will die. Except that for some reason, this problem doesn't seem to affect you as much as it should have. The green poison's gone, done and gone. You, as a second wave agent, is just there to clean up the mess that's been left behind from whatever else. You never really come in contact with the green poison. You never see people directly that are infected by it. You never actually go help them. The people that are infected by it, you never really do anything. Except for these medical upgrades that you have in your base, you really just don't see any infected people at all. It just seems like it's pulling you away from the game story. All you're effectively doing is going down each street, each building, seeing anybody that seems to be attacking or harming the New York citizens and putting a bullet in their head. Another thing is, there is a radio in this game. There's a DJ that's been giving news to the New York citizens, information about what's been going on around New York City, about the green flu, about the division agents, about the police, the JTF. Except at the end of everything, it doesn't matter. He will always repeat the exact same lines over and over and over and over. I killed LeRae, big shot boss for the Rikers. The DJ dude was like, who? Oh. Yeah, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about what I saw in the Dark Zone. You know, the Dark Zone. Or, you know, those sleeper agents that your friend might be one? It's like, they're so cool and they're bad people or something. It's like, it's truly upsetting. Comparing to I think they just took this idea from Fallout 4 with that DJ that actually keeps up to date with, at least to a certain degree, with the current events of the world. They just took that idea, as like, let's slap it in because it's cool and just not develop it. Now on to the next thing about the World Division. For some reason in this day and age, the Division can't make elevators. What I mean by what they can't make elevators is when you enter an elevator, after a little while, it cuts to a black screen and then you're magically on the next floor. Now I can see how that works if you're trying to go from the ground floor to the roof. But when you're in situations where you're just going one floor upstairs in the same building, when you're in that building, you can see upstairs on the first and second floor, you can see it. It makes absolutely no sense at all. I don't know, like these kind of design issues may not even be a design issue. It's probably just me like nitpicking at it, but it kind of just breaks immersion. It didn't work in other games. Why have it here? Like I said, it works for if you're going from the ground floor up to the roof, but not for going one floor. And then since we're talking about buildings, why is it that every single interior in this game is the same? Copied and pasted throughout the entire world, save for them safe houses and mission areas. Every single building that you can enter and see inside has about the exact same layout, the design, as every other building that you can go into. I thought we were past the Dragon Age 2 copy and pasting mapping kind of thing. I thought we were past that kind of thing, but apparently no. Ubisoft thought it was a great idea to just do this thing. I don't know. It's just maybe just me. Granted, the interiors are very well designed. It looks fantastic, beautiful. It's not like just Dragon Age 2 where they exactly just copy and paste everything, just like rotated the little map around. They do add like little clutters and things like a desk here, a table there, or some other stuff. It looks great, looks beautiful, but it still gets to me that every single place looks exactly almost the same thing. I don't know. Now, on to the next category of this review. The combat system. The general combat and mechanics of the game. There were people, friends of mine actually had concerns about, because they play a lot of Call of Duty and Battlefield, they had concerns about how would this game feel, because you're putting bullet after bullet after bullet into somebody's head, and they're not dying. And I was like, well, it's an RPG, you know, you just keep bashing at them until they die. I mean, you play RPGs, you use super moves, and the dude is not dead, so it's kind of that same thing. And well, for the most part, it works for this game. I mean, it's when you play it, it feels like you're playing the games like Destiny or Borderlands, and it's really fine. And especially when you get a sniper rifle in single player mode, single bullet or 2 bullets, and you kill them in 2 shots or 1, it feels good. It's fine. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. The combat is there, except the NPCs are really disappointing. Honestly, they really are. They done a really good job at emulating a very smart and fantastic AI. It really did. Each NPC, they have their own class, and they will only act according to their class. Now this raises some questions. Why is it that the rioters, or Rikers, or whoever, basically civilians with guns, act the same way as the other types of enemies, like the cleaners or the LMBs? The cleaners being some sort of force that uses flamethrower and just likes to just burn people, whatever. And LMB are a private military corporation. They're a military corporation. They're trained soldiers, yet they act exactly the same way. They don't act any different. In fact, the named bosses, quote on the word boss, because they're not really bosses. They're just basically bullet sponges. They just have like an increased amount of health, and it's just like some sort of marker for you to know, oh, that dude is the mission marker, the person that you need to kill to finish this mission and get your reward. That's pretty much it. Because the bosses, air quote bosses, they don't do anything different aside from all the other mobs that they're based off of. Like the tank boss, basically just has more HP than the normal tanks. Sniper bosses, just more HP, that's it. They don't even have increased damage at all. Like, I tested this by getting shot by a normal sniper and getting shot by a boss sniper. They do the exact same amount of damage. All they have is more health and no other special interesting behavior. It's really upsetting. Like, I don't know. A lot of people said like, the AI is fine. I mean, yeah, sure, they emulated great, like I said, but it's really disappointing that there's no variety. In fact, putting the game on hard difficulty or challenge mode does nothing for the behavior. They behave the exact same way, and they just basically have more health. I enjoy the challenge from challenge mode, but when the enemies do the exact same thing, and where I just had to use an extra skill or 2 more as opposed to what I did in single player, it kind of defeats the purpose of it being a challenge mode. Now, enough about the AI. It's there, it works. It's just disappointing. It's not bad, okay? In no way that it's bad. It works. I'll just say that. It works. It's just disappointing. Now, the game runs on a cover-to-cover system. It's a cover shooting game, and if you don't stay in cover, you're just a muppet, and you will just get turned into a pincushion, basically. The cover system basically acts as your shield, and it's very well done, actually. In fact, it's also very reminiscent to whoever have played XCOM. It's most likely like similar to XCOM. You have your half covers and your full covers. Half cover is where a little bit of you still sticks out and enemies can shoot at you. And full covers, name applies, is full cover. You're pretty much safe from shots unless you get flanked. The stealth in the system in this game is very skewered. In fact, I don't really can call it the stealth system. Basically, you hide in cover, and when the enemies come by you, well, they don't know you're there because you're in cover. And if you use the cover-to-cover system and they don't see you, you will remain in stealth, which is okay, I guess. Now, let's talk about another thing, the enemy aggro. While it's not very prevalent in the PvE system because enemies always wander around the map, it's a very big thing, a very big problem in the Dark Zone. The supposed PvE with basically the place where there's PvP. Words. The enemy in there, they have roaming enemies and stationary enemies. What I mean by stationary is like they're affixed to one location, that one landmark. And once you aggro them, right, no matter how far you go, tested it, I walked down like for 2 or 3 blocks, and then I went back there, I'm still aggroed on them. In fact, if I shot something, ran like all the way to God knows where, somebody kills an kills that mob, I get the experience for shooting that thing. And that's just ridiculous. It's just weird. I can't enter safe houses or any place else. It's just really frustrating that I had to walk back there, kill all those bastards just to enter a safe house. It's really annoying. There's an even bigger problem with the AI aggro system. Like I said, they are fixed to that one location. Using the cover system, full cover, you can abuse their aggro system. It's stupid. When you are in full cover and only a small part of you is sticking out when you're shooting, the NPCs will not know where you're shooting from because you're technically in full cover. They can't hit you. They can't aggro on you. So then what happens? You basically just have yourself a nice little gallery to shoot at and they don't even really freaking care. And this thing, you can do it across every single NPC in the Dark Zone. As long as you're in the full cover or in some sort of cover where when you shoot, only a small part of you sticks out and they can't really identify that as a target, you can abuse this thing throughout the entire game. Now, I'm not suggesting you to do it, but it's just a really dumb thing. This did not happen in the beta, or at least I was not aware of it because I didn't try abusing such a thing. And the final category of my Division review, as some people may already know, is the looting system. We gotta talk about the loot because that's what this game is about. It's about the guns, it's about the stuff and everything, right? Yeah. Too bad it sucks. I don't know how I feel about the looting system, but the one word that I always will keep on saying about everything thus far in the Division is it's disappointing in every single aspect. During the beta, I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed going around checking the vendors every single day when they were fresh to see if they got my favorite gun. I mean, I can still do that now, but the effort it takes to get my gun. First of all, vendors, the ones that sell purple weapons, they refresh 24 hours. There's the Dark Zone vendor in my base of operation refreshes every hour, 2 hours, I think. I don't remember because I don't really check. I don't really have the time to like go in and check to see, oh, do they have my MP7? Do they have my MP7? Oh, there is one. Is it good? Not really. It sucks. Because by the end of the day, as much as I love using my guns and running around the field frolicking about, it also helps a lot to know that I got a good MP7 I can use for challenge missions or going to the Dark Zone to screw around with. But when I get an MP7 where the talents and mods are like not very good, it kind of just makes me upset. Why is it that they have this crafting system but yet it's so limited? At first when I heard there was a crafting system, I was like, oh great. When I get to like near the end game, I can craft whatever gun I want, even if it's just like, you know, not the highest quality. But apparently no, I'm locked out from getting a purple M416, purple MP7, and even if I could get them, they're not good. Another strange design is that you have all these crafting sources, your crafting resources that you can use to make your stuff. And the most bottom item is called Division Tech. So every crafting source that you have can be upgraded tier for tier. Say the green one can go to blue, the blue one can go to yellow. But for some reason, the Division Tech can't do that. And the yellow Division Tech is not easy to come by at all. Why is this a thing? I don't get it. I mean, sure, it's a looting-based game where you have to grind for yourself, but the chances of them actually dropping a weapon loot and the gun that you want is so abysmal out of like all the 20 other guns, 30 other guns that they can possibly drop, the pieces of armor they can possibly drop, the weapon mods, the gear mods for your gears. It's like, why? And they can also drop clothes. And the clothes, I'm gonna go into that later because it's ridiculous. The looting system is flawed in this game. They have a rarity system. It was really great at first when I got my very first blue, my very first purple. But after a few more missions, and especially now that I'm level 30, it is glaringly a mistake for what they've done. Everybody who has reached level 20 will start seeing purples in their shop and a possible drop out in the field when you go do stuff. Everybody. And by the time I got to the final mission of this game dropped 8 purples for 20 minutes. You just run the game, you run the mission, 20 minutes and you get 8 purples. Okay, I mean, I don't know why it was that design thing. And then since everybody can get purples, right, and the dark zone is the place where they market it, oh, you can get some of the best gear in here, you can get the exact same loot out in the field, but you have a higher chance here. But the 1 item level difference isn't that big of a deal. I just feel like they really didn't polish their rarity system enough. Everybody in the dark zone is running full purples. At that point, there's really no reason to pick up any gear from the dark zone, like the purples, unless you find a specific gun that you actually do like, or a specific armor that is really good. Otherwise, I just literally spent an hour and a half running the final mission, because it only took me like 20 minutes, and I was not even like properly geared. I was using that level 29 MP7, and I was doing it on hard mode too, solo. And I was like fully equipped with level 30 stuff in that 1 hour and 30 minutes. There was really no point for me to go into the dark zone to actually look for gear. Yes, you can get item level 31 purple gear from the bosses, but the chances of that stuff being what you want, the mods and everything, like the attributes, it's almost slim to none. Now there's a recalibration system in this game where you can recalibrate 1 attribute of your armor pieces. Your armor pieces, not your guns. Why is that a thing? I don't even know. Not your weapon mods either. And you can only recalibrate 1 thing. 1. So if I find this piece of armor that's like superiorly good, better than my piece of armor, but because there's 2 attributes that I don't agree with, well, fuck that piece of armor. I gotta go grind again and hope I find a better one, or craft a better one. The high ends, they nerfed the drop rates for high ends, the highest tier weapons in the game, to abysmal levels. Unless you're really, really lucky, like it's like playing freaking slots or something, you're not gonna find one. And even when you do, it will can possibly be trash. I found a gear mod, a high-end gear mod, and it was even worse than my purple gear mod that's the same item level. And then I died afterwards. I don't even care if I lost it. I don't even care that I lost the high end. They are giving us this amount of loot, variety of stuff, but it doesn't even feel like we care about them. And then the apparel. The apparel's okay, I guess. But the thing is, they kept reusing like the 5 different jacket schemes, 2 or 3 different pants schemes, or the other 2 or 3 different shoe schemes, and just basically changed the color of them. And it's like everybody by the end game looks about the same. Oh look, that dude's wearing a white jacket, that dude's wearing a black jacket, that dude's wearing some darker colors. It's like they're all just colored, just like no designs on them. Like, I mean, I don't know if this is me still nitpicking at these minor things, but except by the end of the day, everybody looks the same, everybody does the same, everybody uses the same assault rifle, everybody uses the same guns, everybody's using the high-end Vector 45 that they can build, because apparently that's the strongest weapon in the game currently that you can get without grinding your ass off. And let's not even talk about the colorblind issues. This thing is telling me it's a purple cap. Clearly, I must be colorblind because I don't see purple at all. I don't know. This game, so many disappointing things. It's fantastic. It's a beautiful world. They've done very well at trying to make this the best thing ever. But okay, I'm gonna play a video right now of what the looting looked like in the E3 trailers from 2013.
Jackpot. You gonna get the box?
Nope, that's next. That gun is sick. You better get it out before you lose it.
Okay, I've got my flare ready to go.
Cool, I'll get the door.
And then, what we have here is you just basically go do a mission, finish it, boom. Item magically appears in your inventory. I was expecting what we saw in the E3 trailer, like when you finish a mission or something, you find this crate, you open it up, and you find an amazing piece of loot. You can actually visualize it too. Sure, there are loots in this game where you just open it up and you get like a blue or 2 blues, which is great. But after you get to the level where you get to purples, those chests are obsolete. I mean, after I got to level 30 and start all purple geared, I saw crates around. I only opened them for the sake of dismantling them for the crafting system that is almost non-existent. In fact, I don't even know why I'm dismantling them, but I'm just hoping in the future they release more blueprints instead of this stupid bullshit. Actually, now that I think about it, I just also want to touch upon the endgame system, how it is. Because clearly everything I'm talking about right now goes into effect as the endgame system. The endgame is basically there's challenge missions, as I said before. Basically, you got tank sponges, you got bullet sponges, and then each time you kill a named boss, you get 1 to 3 Phoenix credits, right? And if you finish the challenge mission, you get 30. Your daily missions, if you finish all of them, you get a total of 50. And then you use those Phoenix credits, you cash them in either at a special vendor at your base of operations for level 31 blueprints, or you go to the dark zone where you have to grind to rank 50, not level, rank 50 of the dark zone just to get the goddamn blueprints. And you wanna know what else? It's not even blueprints that you particularly maybe like at all, in terms of weapons for me anyways. And you wanna know what else? You better pray to all hell that you don't die or you accidentally go rogue, because the penalties for dying is like really just ripping your arm off. I'm at rank 47. Me dying, I lose like 9,000 EXP. I get like 200 EXP per mob. 9,000, that's what? I'm just scratching on top of my head at 45 enemies? 45 enemies, I think. I don't know. Screw math. If you die as a rogue, it's like 3 times that, actually. So 9,000, 3 times that, 27,000 EXP. That's, I believe, even 1 whole level, or maybe even more. And get this. This number, it's increased exponentially as you get to higher ranks. So the Dark Zone, where they market it as, you can do some PvP in here if you so liked it. Like, have fun, screw around. Which I would probably do if the penalties weren't so severe. I want to get those blueprints. It's behind that rank 50. So, unless I want to, say, forgo those blueprints, then I would go do the PvP. But it's a very weird design. You need to get to rank 50 to get the best gear from the Dark Zone. But if you want to do PvP, you can't get those. It's weird. It's ridiculous. I honestly don't know. In conclusion, I'm gonna give this game a 6 out of 10. This game is just above average. It really is. They put a lot of effort in. We see that. It's great. But once you look at the game really hard, you see all these design flaws, all these problems that just accumulate into like one big pile of mess. I paid, I think, what, $80 or $90 for this, for like the game and the season pass, the gold version, whatever it was. How many years of development was this? And this is what we get? In fact, I think the stuff in the E3 trailer actually felt a bit better, as polished as it was, as like alpha as it was. I don't know, people. I don't know, agents. Well, my name has been Lazy Joe. This is my Tom Clancy review. I think I'm gonna go screw around with my sexy caduceus that I just got recently, and probably just waiting for the next update or whatever, and try and hopefully get a freaking good MP7 or M416. Still haven't found good ones yet, but I am on the hunt for them. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next video. My name has been Lazy Joe, signing out now. Goodbye, everyone.